Okay, this is Master Christian coming back at you with the Master Christian Dog Show on the BeatDropsRadio.com, WBBE. The opinions of the Master Christian Dog Show are not necessarily the opinions of the BeatDropsRadio.com, WBBE. The call-in line is 404-826-9223. The listen-in line is 401-347-0418. Today we're here to talk about a line of communication that people don't have with each other, but you need to have it with each other, and you need to have it with your pets. If you don't have a good line of communication, your pet's not going to do what you need it to do, and you're going to be very frustrated at home. So in first building a line of communication with your pet, you want to take a step back and relax. I know everybody's probably driving home from work and everything, and it's real stressful out there on the road. You might have had a bad day at work. Who knows what's going on? But we need you to take a deep breath and calm down so you can relax and be able to do what you need to do when you get home. Don't take it home with you. Your dog is waiting for you, haven't seen you all day, and it's going to need that positive energy that you bring. So once you get home, get your dog out to go to the bathroom. It doesn't matter if everybody's taking it out a million times while you've been gone. This is about building a bond. Building a bond means you need to be there. So don't just let the dog out the door. Take the dog out. Put it on leash. Walk it around. Let it go to the bathroom. Praise it for going to the bathroom. Praise is a big thing. I don't give treats. I do praise. Doing that, the dog starts to understand what I want from it. And having a good line of communication and understanding between me and my dog, we can do just about anything together. When I move, my dog moves. When I want to do something, my dog knows exactly what I want because I've shown it and I praised it when it did it right. When it didn't do it right, it's a simple correction. I let it know, hey, don't do it like that. So your first step after you take your dog to the bathroom when you get home, love your dog up for doing something for you. We've been missing that. I used to let him out the door and let him go in the yard, and I didn't even know if the gate was closed. Sometimes I'll walk out in my yard and my dog would be gone. It's wrong, but if you don't know, you don't know. I'm here to educate you on how to do it right, give you a couple tips, and let you know that you're not the only one that's experiencing these problems. Everybody has problems with their animal, but I'm here. The Master Christian Dog Show is designed to help you with any problems that you're having with your dog, no matter what. If I don't have the answers, we'll find the answers together because I don't know it all, but I do know how to handle a dog correctly, how to keep them safe, and how to do what we need to do. It's a lot of misconceptions that's been going on about dogs, about don't look the dog in the eye, the dog is feeling this way. We're going to explore some of these things because looking the dog in the eye is not necessarily bad. It depends on the intentions you have when you do look the dog in the eye. But it's a living thing. So you need to have some eye contact to have that line of communication. In that good line of communication, you want to be happy because your energy is going over where your dog is. So if you got bad energy, if you had that bad day, if you got in an argument, leave the dog alone. Don't leave it all the way alone. Take it out to the bathroom because it needs to go. It's going to be happy to see you. We want to do short hellos and short goodbyes, or no hellos and no goodbyes with your dog. Go in the house, get it, take it out, and enjoy the time that you spend. You captured this animal. Now it's time for you to interact with it on a higher level. It's not just there for you to pet it. Actually, pets are free affection. You don't want to give out free affection all the time because that is your tool. Like I said, I don't use treats. I don't use prong collars. I don't use shock collars. I don't do anything that's going to be evasive or violent to the dog. No screaming and hollering because you want the dog to be your best friend. And having a best friend, you wouldn't just hit your best friend. So all that violent stuff that we've been doing, that our daddies did, that our granddaddies did, that our mamas might have did, let's ease back for a minute because in having a good line of communication, there's no violence. Violence only makes fear. So now you're home. You're relaxed. Your dog is going out to the bathroom. It's time to spend some quality time with your pet. Not up on the couch. Down where you can see it and enjoy the time you're spending. In building a good line of communication with your dog, you'll start to build a good line of communication with your family because it's all inclusive. If you're arguing with your people at home, then you can't get along with the dog. There's a lot of times where you could have did a small thing and made something magnificent happen with your dog, but you missed it. When you miss it, don't feel bad. We miss a lot of things. We're humans. We're lazy sometimes. But just make a mental note and get back to it later. Make sure that you don't miss it the next time, because the next time it's going to hurt. I'm sitting here with Miss Bianca Burwell, and she really doesn't have a dog, but
Nope.
she has friends with dogs, and she knows that they come around frustrated. Then you lose your friends when you have a dog that's frustrating you. You can't go over their house. You don't know what to do. The dog jumps up on you. The dog comes out the rain and jumps and put his dirty paws on you. The dog runs out the door when the door gets opened up. And these things don't have to happen. You know, Bianca, that last dog that jumped on you, guess what? The person allowed it to.
I'm trying to understand the constant jumping up. Like, you don't see your dog being extra. Not that I really am not welcoming that right now.
Okay.
I don't want the dog.
You don't want the dog on you, right?
No, I don't. I
So-
don't own a dog because
You don't want the dog
I
on
don't
you.
want the dog on.
Well, see, the way to keep the dog off of you, Bianca, is the person that owns the dog has to be a little more responsible about what's going on. And if the dog hasn't been shown by the owner that not to jump up on people, why would it not jump up on people? If the dog is not on a leash, oh yeah, I just used the L word. The L word is a big word for me, because we use the leash in the house until the dog understands how to be responsible. It's a responsibility to be free in the house. This too increases your line of communication and the bond between you and your dog. It's not a punishment.
So let me ask you: are you saying in the beginning?
In the
It's
beginning,
good to have a leash on the dog in the house.
okay. In the
Or the
beginning, in the middle, and at the end, it's good to have a leash on the dog. I'm not saying keep a leash on the dog all the time, but until the dog is doing what you needed to do proficiently, you want to have a leash on the dog. When the puppy comes into the house, what normal people do is drop it on the floor and let it run around the house. Dog doesn't know that this is a house. It's a cave to them. They've just entered into a new cave. And what they're going to do with the cave, they're going to start marking it. They're going to start chewing on stuff. They're going to start doing things that dogs do. And we're going to look at it as bad behavior. But the behavior is coming from us, because behavior is something that we're doing wrong or something we're not doing at all. So when we put that dog on the floor and let it run around, sure, it's going to go urinate in another room and defecate in another room, because we're not in there to monitor it. It's just like letting a baby that just start crawling and just start walking free to do whatever it wants to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't know.
Right.
So then we get mad and say it knows. It should know better. Nothing knows better. And then we try to control it with our voice. You know how much this voice is? I'm talking to you on the radio. I ain't seen my voice yet. The only words I see are the ones on paper, the ones in print. Your voice means nothing to a brain, to another living thing, unless it digests it and it wants to adhere to what you said. So with a dog, it doesn't speak English until you teach it.
How long have you been training dogs?
Well, I've been training dogs professionally for about 5 years, but I've been working with animals all my life. And I've been bitten, stung by everything. Been hit by 12 cars walking, been hit by one car on my motorcycle. God's taking care of me and shown me a way that even these human animals need a little touch up every once in a while. They need a little education so they know how to deal with each other, and they know how to deal with the lesser animals that we bring into our homes. So my life has been, as a kid, I asked for National Geographic instead of a toy for Christmas. I wanted to learn, because the bees just kept stinging me. You know, the animals just kept biting me. The first animal to bite me was a gerbil. The last animal to bite me was a dog. We got a call coming in.
Yes, we do.
All right. This is Master Christian. How can we help you?
Hi, Master Chris. This is Malika.
Hey, Malika.
What's going on?
What's going on? How can we help you with your dog situation? What kind of dog do you have?
Well, this is before a friend of mine. I wanted to know, when is the protocol for introducing your pet to your new baby?
Okay, so introducing your pet to your new baby is a very sensitive time, because you don't want the dog to be jealous or get upset about the new baby coming in. You want control. It's better to have some obedience training in the dog first before you try to introduce it to children, new babies and everything, so you understand the level of control that you need. if you don't, it's still some barriers that you need to make. And like I said a little while ago about keeping the dog on leash in the house, your baby is precious and it's new to your home. So you want to control the dog's movement around your baby and make sure that everything is good and positive. It's been a lot of cases with babies and pit bulls where the pit bull is getting a bad rap because people are leaving it alone with the baby. And that's not really proper for you to leave an animal alone with your child. Animals need to be monitored. Yes, they are friends, but they're still animals. People need to be monitored also. So why would you monitor a person more than you would monitor this animal? Now, they asked a question a couple weeks ago about jealousy. Yes, dogs do get jealous. If you had this dog for 5 years and you were its best friend and then you have a baby and bring a baby in the house and you forgot about the dog and all you're doing is loving and kissing on the baby, yeah, there's some jealousy to be there because now the dog is used to all of this free affection and it just disappeared on it. So you have this animal that's roaming free in your house watching you love up on this baby, and the baby is nothing but a puppy to the dog because it's small and weak. And dogs they come from the wild. They know about weakness and they look at us and evaluate us all the time to see whether we're strong or weak. If we're not the strongest person in the pack, then they're going to start making their own rules and start telling us where to go and what to do up in your house.
Would it be correct to introduce like the baby blanket and things of that nature to the pet, you know, the smell, the scent of the baby so that it can acclimate to the smell?
Well, you take small steps in doing that, but the leash is your best friend because the leash is going to help you control if the dog is trying to get too close to the baby, what the dog is doing. The leash is your physical line of communication because it's a very sensitive time when you have a new baby in the house. And really, the dog doesn't even have to be a part of that if the dog is not going to act right. You can put it up, you can put it in another room. Good things are kennels. Some people use kennels because it's a bad dog. We never call a dog bad dog. It's always good girl, good boy. The kennel is a place of the dog's own where the dog can be itself, where it can chew, lick, scratch, and do whatever it wants. When it's outside the kennel, it needs to be some rules in your house. If there's no rules, then without rules, there's chaos. Something like what's going on in St. Louis, Missouri right now.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Mr. Christian.
All right, Malika, thank you for your call. All right, so Bianca,
Indeed.
you know, the pit bull thing. Pit bulls get a bad rap from every side, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
You know.
Well, I guess we'll talk about that in the next segment coming up.
All
We
right.
got a couple messages on the message board, so keep it locked right here. Master Christian Dog Talk Show. Keep it locked.